Left, your left, hey. Left, right, your left. You got it.
Veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to put the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want you to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. Now here's your host, Shad Turner of Veterans Unite Podcast and the People's Patriot Project. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Hey, good evening, Mark Peterson with the People's Patriot Project, and it's kind of funny because I know you're just seeing me, but I've got Shad Turner on here as well, and he's got a blank. No one's sitting in the studio, so we're jumping on it. We've got an amazing show tonight. It is our November 29th show, and we are so very excited. We got some amazing guests on tonight. I'm trying to circulate through here. We have a musical guest. Joe Bateman is going to be joining us. Really excited to have him here. We have veteran Marine business owner Sergio Manancero. And we also have a guy that I just met recently. He came on board. I reached out to him, and this guy is nothing but a patriot. And it's just exciting to watch the things that he's doing and what he's getting done in the community here in Minnesota. And we've got, let's see, someone's mic's on. We've got Steve Geider here from Blaine, Minnesota. He is the president of the Veterans Park in Blaine. So pardon me. I'm trying to run the show and do all those things. So first things comes first. We always give tribute to the amazing country that we live in. Please take the time to remove your hats and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, there's the Shad guy that's not there. But there's our crew tonight. I know Andrea's out on the road, and we'll bring her in for some of the stuff. And maybe we should thank you, gentlemen, because that's what we have right now, for coming and joining us on the Patriot Playtime. We got your 6 at 6. It's great to have all of you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
It's always good to be here.
So to let you know, we got Joe Bateman here. Let's see if this works. Joe Bateman's our exclusive musician for the evening. We've got Steve Geider from Blaine, Minnesota. We got Sergio, a great contributor, follower, business owner, veteran, and just an extreme person altogether. So I did not want to run a show by myself. I'll be honest with you guys. So we'll just we'll keep going down the list of things we need to do here. What is the People's Patriot Project? We are pushing to be the shock and awe of veteran support. We're looking to turn heads. Our hopes are to save lives and create opportunities to make our heroes whole again while making them a proactive part of their home and their society. Happy heroes make for happy communities. That's what we do here. Why did we just decide to do a live podcast? Well, this thing, and I was telling some of the guys in the show previous starting up here, is we started back when this little thing that we were dealing with started up in back in March, and we created what was called a virtual happy hour. And we knew we would not always do it on Fridays, and that it would morph into something a little bit different. Guys and gals, I can't tell you how amazing it has been with the people that we have met doing this mission of just the podcast, and the number of people from all over the country running into Scotty Sexton. Everyone that's on the screen right now is part of something that we put together because of the podcast, and the relationships we've built have just been so amazing. We've been on the show, and Chad's coming on right now, and in the middle of the show, someone's reached out to him and said, you know what, we've got someone in crisis. And we drop everything in the middle of the show and make sure we continue with the show, but we connected with everyone on the other end, and it just turned out amazing. So it is absolutely, I want to use the word invigorating. It's amazing when someone reaches out to you and says, you know, it's because of what you guys are doing and the mission that you guys are involved in that you saved my life. And I don't take that lightly ever. And it's kind of crazy, and it almost feels like I don't deserve to hear it. And it's not an I me. It's 100% a we thing. Everything that we do is a collaboration, and everyone is welcome to be part of that. So, typically we have, and Andrea's kind of bugging in right now. Andrea gives the announcements. As we all know, this last week was Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. We give a shout out to all those that had an empty chair at that table. And we know that those empty chairs come in different forms this year. Those empty chairs came in the form of loved ones that couldn't make it because of everyone trying to be responsible and doing what they needed to do to make sure that we're being a little bit more safe. Some of those empty chairs are because we have first responders that are out deployed on the front lines of our communities, making sure everyone's safe. Some of those empty chairs are because we've lost loved ones that have committed themselves and wrote that blank check to fight and promote this country. And some of those chairs have empty just because we have some of our loved ones are out. They're in service. They're doing their thing, and they're serving this country. So we give a strong shout out to all those people who are out there who had an empty chair. Bless you. Thank you. And I've got stuff shutting down as we're rolling here. So December 1st is our Civil Air Patrol birthday. December 3rd, in Worcester, Massachusetts, they honor the 6 firefighters that lost their lives while looking for people in a big warehouse fire on this day in 1999. Sorry for the lag here, guys. A big one here for us here in the United States on December 7th, Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Each year on December 7th, Pearl Harbor survivors, veterans, and visitors from all over the world come together to honor and remember the 2,403 service members and civilians who were killed during the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941. A further 1,178 people were injured in the attack, which permanently sank 2 U.S. Navy battleships, USS Arizona and the USS Utah, and destroyed 188 aircraft. On August 23rd, 1994, the United States Congress designated December 7th as National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day. Every year, remembrance events are held at the Pearl Harbor National Memorial, culminating in commemoration and ceremony on December 7th. So, one of the most devastating things ever to happen on U.S. soil, and we're still learning to grow. We're still learning to heal, and I think we're starting, but we've had a lot of loss because of that. Andrea, we might hear a little feedback here, and I apologize for that as well. We'll get her on. Oh, she's got me shut out. So the next item on our list is talking about the adopted family for the season. Oh, we lost her. Currently, we have 2 amazing families that we've been working with. One is a veteran, forced veteran, only in the fact that he's got a forced medical discharge. And then we have a Leo family that we're working with. Last night, we had the awesome opportunity to go work with the family in Forest Lake. Beautiful, amazing family. We were able to get some of the things and resources for them so that they could have a Christmas. Now, as you probably, it's hard to say this, and we're trying not to exploit this family. We're just trying to make sure that the message is out. We're helping them. Dad has to live downstairs in a room that wasn't set up to be a bedroom because he can't get up and down stairs any longer. So there's a little loss of normalcy this year. And our goal is to get in there and help them with Christmas decorations, help them work with their little ones and get the tree up. Apparently the tree, 12-foot trees don't always like to stay up. And so they troubleshot that for a little bit. But just an amazing, beautiful, young family. And we're so happy to have the opportunity to help them out and make sure that they have as normal as a Christmas as possible, given the new narrative that they're dealing with. All right. So here's part of the problem is, Shad, it's good to see you, brother.
Hey,
it looks like he's frozen.
No, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. You get the little one put down?
Okay, there we go. Yeah, no, we had.
I can hear you.
We had a struggle there to get the little one. Yeah, we had to struggle to get the little one put down, but we finally got her. So here I am, and right now I'm trying to share this out to all the pages I link it out to. But yes, had a great Thanksgiving, and we actually ended up keeping one of our nieces for the weekend, so that was nice. And as soon as the show's over today, I get to take her back home. So, yay!
All right. Well, a little message. That's a great tool here on Facebook. Andrew's coming through, apologizing. Whatever our system and technology is bumping her every time she tries to get on. So maybe we should get home here in a minute and she can join us. There's a lot less talk from Mark Peterson in the show than what's happening right now. So, Shad, do you happen to have the notes up, or I'll just give it over?
Yeah, I do not have it up.
All right.
Question for you, Mark, about that family that you are working with. Is there room on their stairs for the possibility of a chairlift?
So what they have is one organization has come in and has put a ramp on the front of their house. Another organization has come and put a ramp on the back of their house. and they have plans right now to have a chair lift on their stairwell. And is that something you're asking about?
Yeah, I was
Do you have
asking
access to
if
resources
they have
for
the
that?
room to put a chairlift.
They do. We can. I'll reach out to them. We can have more of that conversation, and I'll keep you in the loop. How's that?
Yeah.
Great question. Thank you. And again, for those that are coming onto the show right now and seeing, that is the amazing part of what this is all about. There's been several times where Mr. Scotty, I call him Sexy, Scotty Sexton, when he comes on and we troubleshoot a situation and we're able to help another veteran in another part of the country. But the first guest I'd like to bring on is this amazing, soft-spoken Steve Geider. Steve, I just met on, I guess this is Sunday. That was Friday night. We stood in the cold. He is the president of Veterans Park Blaine. And I'm just going to give you the ropes, Steve. Tell us about the park. Tell us about your mission. And I hope I don't mess you up, but while you're talking, I'm going to be putting up some pictures too.
No, we actually started, the mayor is a friend of mine, and I just approached him and said, you know what, I'd like to lead a committee to put a big-time veteran park in this city. And he was in favor of it and had me talk to the local VFW commander, so I talked to him. He really liked the idea. Then I had to propose it to our city council. They were overwhelmingly in favor. And then we needed land, and the land directly across the street from our city hall was a prime spot. So I had to go to our park board, got them to donate the land for it. And then we were all set that way. Then became a 501c3. I actually spent $2,500 of my own money to get a 501c3 for us. And then I have designed, there's 17 monuments that are going to be going into the park. And I've designed all of them. We put one in last October. It was a Civil War monument. And this park is not a Blaine veteran park. It is a veteran park that's going to honor everybody that's ever served this country. It just happens to be located in the city of Blaine. We only have one monument that's actually dedicated to Blaine residents. We had one of the very first people to ever live in Blaine was a slave in Barron, Kentucky that had quite the story. So we called it the Greenberry Chambers Civil War Monument. And then we've identified 7 other community members that also served in the Civil War. So they're on there as well. But all the other monuments are dedicated to everyone that's ever served. And we put the Purple Heart Monument in a month ago. And then I have 5 war monuments. There's a World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam. And then the 5th one we're calling the War on Terror, which is going to encompass Operation Desert Storm until now. And those are supposed to be ready. 3 of them are ready. The other 2 are being shipped. So we think we're going to be able to get those put in within about the next 3 weeks. And that will give us 7 of the monuments. And then we have a TPC, and they have a PGA tour event that happens there called the 3M Open. And the 3M Open just sponsored our 8th monument, which is our Honoring Women in Service monument. We are one of the only parks that I've seen that has a monument specifically for women that have served. And I actually met with 5 Vietnam Army nurses, and they are the ones that designed that monument. So that one is ordered, and we're working on the content that's going to go on that one right now. So that's where we sit right now. It's a $1.25 million project, and so far I've raised $364,000.
That is so awesome. And I apologize. I had a note that I need to get closer to my mic. I'm actually using a new mic tonight, and it's a little different. But so if it's better, great. If not, we'll get through it. And the great part of Steve's story is I'm a stalker. It happens when I'm stalking my guests and figuring out. I'm going through, and everything on his Facebook page is nothing about being a patriot. And I'm like, gosh, right? You didn't serve? And, serving is not the important part. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know that the majority of the people on the screen are all service members. It's the condition of the heart, and it's the condition of your attitude in serving your community. I think that's so much more important. And this Steve Geider is one of those guys that I would say is 100% all patriot. And I just greatly appreciate your message. I greatly appreciate the amount of time and effort you're putting into this. And I'm fully on board to help out what you got going on. This guy's got it's subdued, if you know the military world. He's got the American flag painted on his truck. He's got the eagle on his truck. He's got the whole thing. He's done this thing, and it's an honor to get to know you, Steve, and I'm excited about the relationship. Now, here's another piece for everyone that's listening, and this is the craziness we, the People Patriot Project, get involved with. There's a campaign out there ran by Old National Bank. It's called Choose Your Charity, and I didn't know that Steve was involved with Choose Your Charity. It makes sense because Old National Bank is right next to the monument, so that makes a lot of sense. If you are listening, take the time. It takes less than a minute. You can vote as many times going into the future, every day with as many emails as you have. And if it's in your heart to have this mission go forward, take a People's Patriot Project vote and put it in for Steve Geider and the memorial. I believe in this stuff. Could it take a vote away from the People's Patriot Project? It could. I'm not worried about that. We'll all get there in the end, and we'll do it together. That is kind of our mission. That's kind of how we talk. We're all in the same storm. We're not necessarily all in the same boat, but I'm trying to get more of us in the same boat so we can be leading in the right direction. Steve, I want to thank you for the amazing things you're doing. I know you will humbly and softly not take any thanks for any of it, and I appreciate that. But what you're doing really is amazing, and I really do thank you for all the things you're doing with that.
Well, I appreciate it. I know a lot of veterans, and it's very important to them, and I do whatever I can to honor their service.
So awesome. So we talked about it being Thanksgiving, and we'd like to do a little piece that's kind of involving everybody. And we'll do a little popcorn piece. If you're live on the screen, you can call out. Everyone's got their name on there. So I want to know, if you had to give up one side dish at Thanksgiving, what would it be? If there's something that you just you care less about. And or tell me what you must have. What must you have? So I'm going to say I'm not a huge stuffing fan unless it's done right. It's got to have all the meat in it. And I know a lot of people don't make stuffing with meat in it. So my stuffing, mine's going to be stuffing. Shad, what's yours?
Man, if I had to give up one based on this, I mean, I could totally do without the corn on the cob because honestly, I never have corn on the cob for Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I will say this, though. I am not a fan of candied yams either.
Okay.
I just dislike those with a passion. I love sweet potatoes just the way they are. Put a little butter on them. That's all you need.
All right. You got to call someone out now.
Oh, shit. All right. Oh, hell.
Uh-oh. There they are.
Just because he's on the top right of my screen, I'm going to call out Steve. What could you do without?
I eat in the earth tone, so I get rid of the candied yams and the green bean casserole in a second.
All right. I'll screen out real quick. You got to call on someone now, Steve.
I can't see anybody's name. I'm on my cell phone.
Let's go, Josh. What are you going to get rid of? Oh, he's got his microphone.
And Josh is muted.
Sorry. I would do mashed potatoes with gravy. I'm sorry, my mic was mic'd.
You're getting rid of mashed potatoes and gravy?
Yes, I like gravy. Yeah.
Dude, that is the ultimate staple, man.
No, for me.
All right. Call on someone, Josh.
Hold on. Mark, can you take the thing out so I can see people's names?
Yep, I can.
Scotty.
I can definitely do without the yams. Do not ever touch my stuffing. I will bite it.
Who are you calling on, Scotty?
Joe.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of yams either, but and where I'm from, we call stuff dressing.
Good point.
Oh man, yeah, you can't have Thanksgiving without dressing. That's
good.
Just, I'm like him. Don't touch my dressing.
Yep.
Sergio, what about you, brother?
Well, I would say I'd get rid of the green bean casserole for sure.
All right.
And then we do candied yams, but we do them a little different. We make like a whipped marshmallow on top.
Oh yeah.
Like a meringue on top, and then back in the oven without any cinnamon or anything. They're really good. So it's a little different than the typical candied yams, and I like them a lot. So yeah,
awesome.
Not to be totally opposite of everybody else.
You're doing good, brother. And since we started the show, we had Brian Gibson join us. Brian Gibson comes to us from Paducah, Kentucky. And he's with Project Die Hard. Brian, what is something on the list that you can come up with your own stuff? What's something there that you can just get rid of?
Candied yams, gone. History bakes.
Wow. All right.
That seems to be fairly popular between this group to get rid of.
So what was your main course, Shad?
Oh God! So this year, my father-in-law he cooked a turkey. So of course we had turkey. He also cooked a like a pork shoulder. So that was really nice. Or I wouldn't say that's what it was. But let me see. I'd say the favorite thing that I had though, it'd probably have to be the pork, man. That was pretty good.
Okay. Sergio, what was your main course?
I did. I just hosted Thanksgiving for the first time in my new house, and so I did a turkey for the first time in the oven, and then I also I smoked some chicken wings, and so we had kind of a double bird night.
All right.
And they were both really good.
Brian, what was your main course?
We were traditionalist. We had a turkey.
Okay.
That was about it.
Josh, what'd you have?
Ham all the way.
Ham all the way.
Sorry.
You're fine, buddy. You're fine. Joe, what was your main course?
Turkey.
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 Steve.
I made steaks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got to go out of the norm sometime. Just do that. What kind of steak was it? What kind of steak?
Filet mignons.
Okay. Very nice.
That's not a steak.
You're going to start fights now. Scotty, what was your main course?
Turkey and ham both.
Thank you.
And I did 2 smoked turkeys myself, and so it was a good meal. Awesome. So I want to bring on Joe Bateman. We've been dialoguing for a little bit. I wanted to hear your music and wanted to bring you on for We Got Your 6 at 6, but he's also going to be, and I'm just going to segue real quick. Joe's also going to be on our celebrative music on Tuesday, Giving Tuesday, this next Tuesday. I'm going to say Tuesday one more time because if we're not sure when it is, it'll be Tuesday. So on Tuesday, the day after Monday, the day before Wednesday is Tuesday. I can't tell you, and all these are listeners of the show. All these people that are on here, all these are veterans and first responder musicians. I am so excited and all of them are giving their time to come on Tuesday to help launch more giving. It's kind of our annual fundraiser. I think it's a terrible time to do a fundraiser. It kind of segues into the conversation that me and Sergio just recently had. We were going to do a food drive down at his business, and we'll talk more about that. And what a heartbreaking time where we've got to stop our mission because of the craziness. And I get it, because bottom line is, yeah, we canceled the fun part of having the event, but we still lost out on providing for the mission of the hungry people that are needing the sustenance that we're going to bring in. But outside of that, I just want to thank all the people that are going to help us put on this event Tuesday. Joe's one of them. Joe, what do you got for us tonight?
Y'all want? I mean, you want to hear a song?
Let's hear a song.
This is called Combat Boots. Being stuck in the same old place can drive a man insane. Can't keep something wild and free locked up in a cage. It won't be long before I snap. They run out of luck. There's only so much a man can take before he's had enough. Sick and tired of being here, waiting for morning song. Every morning I wake up, I'm more and more pissed off. I know it's gonna take some time to get me right again. Being locked down in this place ain't easing the mood I'm in. My head is spinning round and round, and I can't get no sleep. Not sure how I'm gonna make it through these next few weeks. No one else can understand what I'm going through. Wish you least up here at combat boots. Get back home, this time will be for good. I know that I ain't perfect, but I did the best I could. I can't wait to hug my kids, hold and kiss my wife. Scariest part of going home, though, is getting on with life. My head is spinning round and round, and I can't get no sleep. Not sure how I'm gonna make it through these first few weeks. No one else can understand what I'm going through. Guess you laced up a pair of combat boots. Guess you laced up a pair of combat boots.
Outstanding, brother.
Thank you.
I love it.
Right on.
I appreciate it. Yeah, that was going to be on our upcoming EP that we went to Nashville and did a talent show, American Country Star or something like that. It was last November, and we won, and we get to go back to Nashville and record a 3-song EP with Cinderella Studios, and that'll be on it. So,
oh, that's so awesome, man!
Yeah, man, we're excited. We're all proud of it. We're been together for 2 years and been out playing around for 2 years, and things are just taking off, and it's awesome. It's been a heck of a ride, and just folks like you asking me to be a part of this, and it's just it's a humbling and a very blessed situation.
Well, we're absolutely honored to have you on, and it is very exciting to see where, and I mean, just kind of following you and where you're going and how you're doing, and it's been fun to watch. So, just so you know, you're not done yet. We're going to get another one out of you here in a bit, but
All right.
thank you for coming. Tell us about your military background.
I served 9.5 years, something like that. Excuse me. In the Army. I went to Iraq twice and Afghanistan once. Medically discharged in 2014, something like that. And
Okay.
so been playing music seriously ever since. Been playing my whole life, but just since I got out of the service, knuckled down and kind of started to try to chase the dream and make a career out of it,
Is this all you're doing right now? Is playing music?
Nah, I dabble in construction a little bit.
Okay.
Laying bricks and blocks and doing trim and just a little bit like, here and there, on and in, a little bit of everything.
How long you been playing?
I've been around music my whole life.
Okay.
I was singing from the time I started talking. I may have even been singing before I started talking. But got my first drum kit for my second birthday. Grew up playing drums, was in my first band, playing drums at 12. My dad was a bass player, is a bass player. Took the guitar to Iraq with me in 06, came back playing it. And from time to time, now that I've got the band and we're out playing and whatnot, I'll take time to get back there on the drums and play a couple tunes, but up front and beating on this thing and singing my heart out.
I love it, man. I love it. Yeah, stick with us. We'll get going here and we'll get Sergio on and have a little chat. But I want you to come back to you and get another tune at it if you don't mind.
Sounds good to me.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. All right. So our next guest we're bringing on is a young man. I gotta realize how much older I am than most of these guys, and it's a little crazy seeing how much more some of these younger veterans got to do than I did. I was in for 14 years, and I get to say I didn't get to do the combat. I was kind of in that nice window of peace, and most of my stuff was stateside. And, our next guest we're bringing on is Sergio. Sergio, do I say your name right? Sergio? I know I say Sergio right, but I always
Sergio.
I always try to
Sergio man. I would have come out and corrected you if you had said it wrong.
I always pretend like I know how to say Latin accents and stuff like that, and I don't. I'm a hillbilly from Wyoming, and I can't figure out even how to speak another language other than.
Yeah, no, Sergio Manuncero is exactly the way that I say it, and if you can't say it, people call me Serge. Or, it's if you think about golf and think about Sergio Garcia,
I would rather
makes it
prefer
easier.
to think of you as the guy that makes beer. To be honest with you, if you don't mind. So Sergio Manuncero has a brewery in North Minneapolis called La Donna Cerveceria. Oh my goodness! It is kind of a Latin influenced beer. I'm going to let you tell us about it, Sergio.
Yeah, I can tell you about it. So my family is from Uruguay in South America. My dad came to the United States in the 60s. Came to Minnesota in the 70s, and I was born and raised here. I went to the Marine Corps in 2009 after I graduated high school. Came back to Minnesota in 2013. And craft beer was starting to take off. And I noticed going to tap rooms and stuff, there weren't a lot of Latin people in tap rooms. And so I wanted to, but I knew there was a lot of Latin people in the Twin Cities because I grew up in the community here. And so Ladonia, which is the name of my brewery, is kind of a way for me to create a space for Latin people to go enjoy craft beer. There's some pictures of it there, but really it's for everybody. It's not just for Latin people, and it's a cool brewery space. We make a lot of really good beer. We make more traditional styles. We don't do a lot of the crazy kind of out there milk stouts and stuff like that, but we do have really good staples. Mexican lagers are flagship beer called Doña Fria. We also do a really good IPA called Lorena. And we opened up a kitchen, actually finished, working on the kitchen right about when COVID started in March, and we were shut down for, from March until May, which June until June, right? June 1st when we were allowed to reopen. And so that was kind of a different year than we were expecting. We were kind of hoping for some other stuff to happen. And then, we've just gone into another shutdown again this past week. It started on last Saturday, not this past one, but the one before.
Yeah.
But you can still come to the brewery right now and buy beer or take food home to go. We do tacos, burritos, quesadillas. Food's really good. The beer's fantastic. You can also pick up the beer in your liquor stores around the metro, and if you don't see it, you should ask for it. And we had to pivot hard into selling beer to liquor stores, which wasn't quite in the cards for us this soon, but it's a good way to make up that that lost revenue in the tap room that we can't have because we have to be locked down due to COVID. And so this is we've been open now. We just celebrated our 2-year anniversary in October. And I started the company in 2016, so been working in the beer industry for almost 5 years. And it's a great industry, and like talking beer, like drinking beer, and it's great to get hooked up with Mark and to be involved in a group and to be able to do some stuff with the veteran community, which I want to have a bigger role in.
That's so awesome. You can't promote your own product. You realize that. So I will say you need to go drink his beer because the beer is absolutely phenomenal. So he started to slam my stouts and stuff, and that kind of hurt my heart a little bit. He doesn't have a stout down there, but he does have. Well, yeah, you do. You have the.
We just came out with our Emulada, which is a mole stout. So it's got serrano peppers and chocolate in it. So that's our wintertime. We just put a bunch of that in cans too. So.
And I'm going to do terrible at this. What's the one that starts with O? OCE.
The Slottle, the barley wine.
Yeah, and that was amazing because this is a barley wine that's being aged in mezcal barrels. And oh my gosh, if you like that hint of the old mezcal or tequila aftertaste, it's a good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, we have that barley wine, and then we also have an imperial stout that we barrel aged, and both of those beers are really good. We sell those in bottles at the tap room, and we also sell those. Some liquor stores have those, but you can come get them at the tap room too, just as easy.
And the food is absolutely phenomenal. I think that is one of the reasons at the beginning when we met. It's one of the reasons where I started gaining my COVID-15 started out at La Doña when I was eating the nachos down there. So it is pretty amazing, and you got to give it a shot. Now, crazy people. Hey, Mark, why on earth are you bringing on a beer brewer onto your show about veterans and first responders and saving lives? Well, here's the deal. First of all, Sergio's a veteran. That's all he needs to do to be on our show. And to be honest with you, we have other people on our show that aren't veterans. They're patriots. The other part is Sergio has been so inviting and so helpful. Sadly, and this is a piece that we wanted to talk about a little bit briefly, is on November 22nd, we had to sadly shut down and food drive. Someone's got a lot of feedback, just so we know. I don't know who it is. Anyway, the sad part is the good part is Sergio's been on board from the very beginning. Wants to help wants to help his community. Wants to help his veterans and his brothers and his sisters. Wants to help. It's just been invigorating, and there's been nothing he's said no to for us. I haven't done a full on let's go just overtake the place yet, but maybe that'll come here in the near future. But the environment down there at Ladonia is absolutely warm. It's inviting. He's got this really cool mini soccer, you guys do soccer or hockey in the wintertime on it?
We don't. The pitch is super uneven, so we just keep it. We can't freeze it, right? But we've been talking about doing broom ball and stuff. We used to. Yeah, we had to cancel all our soccer stuff this year with the COVID. But yeah, the food drive, I was excited to do the food drive with you guys, and I don't think that there's any reason why we can't reschedule it once the lockdown stuff, once we know for sure when they're going to end it. Because that's, Ladonia, we set up Ladonia as a for-benefit company, which for benefit companies are, like companies like Patagonia and Ben & Jerry's. They're companies that want to have a more direct mission and have a positive impact on the community. And so that's something that's been really important to us. And obviously, we're in North Minneapolis, but that doesn't mean that the community doesn't extend to, everyone out there, and including people that I feel closely connected to, like my fellow veterans and fellow patriots. So.
No, and that's a huge. I'm glad you bring that point up, because the rest of the people on the screen probably have no idea what that even means, North Minneapolis. And I know that if you live in the Minneapolis area, that might conjure up other thoughts. I love coming down there. I love hanging out there. It's amazing. Like you said, the food is good. The people are amazing. The environment's phenomenal. I don't even worry about all that other narrative and that other junk and stuff. And so, please, this is a brother who his world's kind of turned upside down a little bit in the old business plan. If you get a chance and you're in Minnesota, go ahead, give it a shot. And if you don't like it, I'll come to your place and I'll drink it for you. That's the way that's how we'll help. We'll help each other that way.
Thanks.
So, Sergio, thanks. What can we do? We've already said what we can do to help you out. Are there any thoughts or other ideas that you think we need to get a message out of any kind?
No, I'm not the only restaurant, brewery, tap room, pub out there, that needs support. And so I would recommend, you don't need to come all the way down to me to buy beer. You can buy beer at the liquor store. You can support restaurants in your neighborhood. Everybody in the industry, the hospitality industry is feeling it. And that's, it's rough and that's hard. And so obviously, everybody that's here on this call or on this podcast knows what they're doing positive in the community. And I think it's just about spreading that and doing as much as you can that you're able to, right? But also taking care of yourself. So,
yeah. Thanks so much for everything you do, brother.
And it's important to take care of yourself mentally, as well as physically, right? So doing the smart things in terms of COVID stuff, but also, doing things for your mental health as well. So going outside, seeing the sun, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. 100%. And I agree everything. The number one person, because you can't help anyone else if you're not helping yourself. That's bottom line. If you're in that funk, again, anyone that's on the screen, I know that we're all open to having conversations, this and that. But I do know, and I'm going to tell you this, what feels really good and what helps me feel good and could help you feel good is helping other people. I'm going to tell you that right now. And so if you're looking for a little bit of that mental break and helping, and you don't know or have a resource to do that, reach out. We'll give you a hand. We can give you a direction. We can do all that. It's so awesome to have you on, Sergio. It's been awesome having everyone here. I know that Brian's got some after show stuff that he wants to talk about. Those that aren't on the show right now, make sure that you are, if you want to be in the the after show, you reach out to us and we'll get you the contact information. That's where we troubleshoot. That's where we talk. That's where we try and figure out how we can help each other and how we can make our mission bigger and help other veterans and first responders. Andrea, how you doing? You got to turn your microphone on, or I can do that for you if you got to.
Oh, got it.
Got it.
Got it. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
That was a long drive. Sorry about that. That was not working so well technologically either. So
that's all good. How was the tree set up? How's the family?
They are good. I got to see the surgery site. That was kind of cool. I'm not that way, but okay, so see how tall that tree was? I was underneath it, holding it, trying to make sure it didn't tip over. That's that was a interesting. Eric actually got out of his chair, and I don't think he thought Zanetta and I could tighten the screws tight enough underneath there. So he manhandled them and the tree stayed up. So far, so good. I haven't heard a thing yet about a tree tipping over.
We didn't get tree juice all over the floor or anything, did we?
Not on the floor. No.
Okay. Nope. All right. What was that thing you found inside the tree?
I don't know what that was. I think you might be right. It might be a cocoon or a beehive or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe it was a squirrel nest.
I don't know. It was their little girl, Viviana, was a little bit freaked out that it might be like a hornet's nest or something. It was like an acorn size. I think I convinced her it was a pine cone.
That was so fun.
Do balsams get pine cones? I don't even know. There was one tucked up in the tree.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else you got? You want to go through any of your notes or talk about anything?
I heard you talking. I think you got it all.
My gosh. You and Shad leave me to my own devices. I'm surprised that we didn't start a fire somehow or something.
The sad thing is I tried to pull the notes up, but for some reason it's not letting me log into the email.
Oh.
So that's something we'll have to resolve this evening or maybe before Tuesdays.
Absolutely. So it's been absolutely amazing having everyone on tonight. It was a great, I think, amazing show. We got Joe hanging by for one more. You going to throw another one down for us, Joe?
I can do that, yeah.
Awesome.
All right, this is Can't Keep a Good Man Down. This is also going to be on the upcoming EP, so it goes a little something like this. Heart and soul might break, knuckles and pride might bleed. Knock him down when he's high on life, but he'll always land on his feet. He's done things he ain't proud of. Often than not, he's down on his luck. Tough getting going when times get tough. Yeah, he ain't never gonna give up. He ain't never gonna give up. He believes in God and life, and he knows who's on his side. No matter what life throws his way, he knows in his heart at the end of the day, it's who you are inside that really counts. Stay resilient and strong, cause it can't keep a good man down. He's always wearing a smile. This dirty South had the boots. The world might change around him, but he never forgets his roots. He wants to make it big one day. He dreams of having that fortune and fame. He's told he can't play his music this way, but he don't care what they say. He's gonna do it anyway. He believes in God and life, and he knows who's on his side. No matter what life throws his way, he knows in his heart at the end of the day, it's who you are inside that really counts. Stay resilient, strong, 'cause he can't keep a good man down. They can't keep a good man down.
Awesome, brother.
Thank you.
They're not going to keep you down. That's for sure. You got this, brother. I love it. I was just thinking we need to work out some kind of tour up to Minnesota and have the show up, the Joe Bateman show up at Ladonna Cerveceria and do a show up in North Minneapolis. What do you think?
I'm down.
All right.
I'm totally down.
Be very cool. Yeah, whenever you're up here.
Awesome. We'll make it work out. We'll do something.
Oh yeah.
All right. The last note I know we're talking. We're going to see you on Tuesday, Joe. We're going to see you. I'll tell you about your slot time here in a bit. We've got right now, I think, 12 musicians, and we've got a bunch on the hook still, and they're all coming in. So remember, this coming what day? What day, everybody? Come on.
It's Tuesday. The day after Monday.
Day after Monday.
December
Now
1st.
this is terrible. I can't even find the stupid graphic. There it is. 6 to 8 o'clock. We are going to just have a day of music. If I don't get all the slots filled, will you play 2 songs for us?
Sure.
All right. Perfect. It's good. We talked about what we wanted for what we want to not eat for Thanksgiving and what we all did. Andrew, what did you have for Thanksgiving?
Oh my gosh, the works. Turkey, ham, scalloped corn, cheesy potatoes, that green bean casserole. What are those orange potato things? Sweet potatoes? Those things with marshmallows on them?
See, you got voted out. You got voted out for that one. Sorry.
Cranberry
Don't talk about
sauce
that
from a can.
Oh God.
Oh, I love it.
It's childhood favorite.
That's a staple.
So on Tuesday, we got our Giving Tuesday event. And you know what? If it's hard for you to find a little place for you to give anything, and we get it. Sometimes this is tough. It's a tough new year. There is a chance for you to help give. I know many of us are going to buy something for our friends or family or something. You can reach on to Amazon Smile. It doesn't cost you a thing, but it does raise money for the People's Patriot Project. Outside of that, thank you, everyone, for showing up tonight. I think it was a good show. I loved meeting everyone. I love hearing the message and the stories we all have. Remember, be smart, be safe, be good, and we'll see you on the other side of this thing. We'll all be in a healthier, better place in the future. So, Patriot Pride.